Hi students, welcome to your virtual classroom. This is Mansi Bhosle, your mentor for physics and maths. From last 2-3 episodes, we are dealing with arithmetic progression, part of your algebra, class 10 mathematics, right? So we already dealt with what do we mean by an arithmetic progression, how to identify an arithmetic progression, and about the how to find out the nth term, any term of an AP, be it 500, be it 1000. If we know the first term and if we know the common difference, we can find out the nth term of an AP. Okay, now today we'll deal with how to find out the sum of first n terms of an AP. Like for example, your AP is, let's say it's an AP of all even numbers, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, and so on, where A is, your first term is 2, second term, your D, not the second term, D common difference is also 2, right? But I want the sum of first 50 even numbers. So that means in this case, your N will be 50. So we have a formula to find out the sum of first N terms, be it 50, be it 100, anyhow. So the example which I was telling you, so example, let's say 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, and so on. This is an AP. So here your first term is equal to 2. Common difference is also equal to 2. I need to find out the sum of first 50 terms of an AP, right? I need to find out the sum of first 50 terms. So we cannot actually go on adding, like for example, this would go till 100, right? But this is a very easy way. We cannot actually go on adding each term and then find out what's the final answer, right? So as we had a general formula to find out the nth term, we also have a general formula to find out the sum of first 50 terms, like this. Okay, so the formula, whenever sum is there, see, nth term is either denoted by an or tn. Sum of first 50 terms or first n terms is always denoted by Sn. Okay, Sn is always equal to n upon 2 in bracket 2a plus n minus 1 into d. Very, very important formula. It has a big derivation, but then if I explain you the derivation, you will get a little bit confused. So anyways, derivation is not asked. The only thing you have to remember for examinations is the formula. Okay, so the sum of first n terms is always equal to n by 2 in bracket 2a plus n minus 1 into d. What is n? N is the number of terms that you want. What is A? A will always be your first term, and D will always be the common difference, right? So if you know the first term, the common difference, and the number of terms n, you can find out the sum of first n terms, right? So in this particular example that we are dealing with over here, that is the sum of first 50 even numbers. So what we can do for over here, a is equal to 2, d is also equal to 2, and what is n? N is equal to 50. So what we will do, so therefore I will write down S50, because we want the sum of first 50 terms. S50 is equal to 50 divided by 2 in bracket 2 into 2 plus n is 50, 50 minus 1 into 2 again. So this would be 25, 4 plus 49 into 2. So this would be 25, 49 2 is 98, and 98 plus 4 is going to be 102. Right? So now 25 into 102 is, hence the answer that we get is 2550. That means the sum of first 50 terms of this particular AP, or the sum of first 50 even numbers, is 2550. In this way we have to do. So now let us solve some questions based on this formula. Okay, so the question says over here, find the sum of first 22 terms of the given AP. So whenever the AP is given, it is very easy to find out A. So if this is an AP, we know what is A. A is equal to 8. What will be D? D is always the second term minus the first term. So 3 minus 8, that's going to be 5. Minus 2 minus 3, again it's going to be 5, right? So D over here is minus 5. And what is N? We need sum of first 22. So N is equal to 22. What is a formula? A formula is Sn is equal to n by 2 in bracket 2a plus n minus 1 into d. It is very important to write down the formula and just box it. And now you substitute the values. This will be, so therefore S22 is equal to 22 upon 2 in bracket 2 into what is a 8 plus 22 minus 1. What is D? D is your minus 5. This would be 11, 16 plus 21 into minus 5. So now solving this, our answer becomes minus 979. So you can write down the statement. Hence, the sum of first 22 terms of this given AP is minus 979. Okay. Proceeding. Okay, now see, the question says over here, find the sum of first 1000 positive integers, right? So positive integers we know, integers start with positive only, okay? So 0, you cannot consider it's neither positive, neither negative, right? So 0 you don't. So first positive integer we can take as plus 1, plus 2, plus 3, plus 4, and so on. So over here, A is equal to 1, D is also equal to 1, and now N is equal to 1000. So what do we want? We want the sum of 1000. So just write down the formula. Sn is equal to n by 2 in bracket 2a plus n minus 1 into D. Give it a box, put in the values. So therefore, S1000 is equal to 1000 divided by 2. 2 into 1 is going to be 2 plus 1000 minus 1 is going to be 999 into 1. So now this is going to be 500 into 999. So this would be 1001. So the answer is 500, right? So that's the sum of first 1000 positive integers. Now, as far as the second question is concerned, the second question says find the sum of first n positive. So we don't know n over here. So we don't need to substitute n, but we can substitute. So now when in these particular types of questions where n is not known, but a and d is known, so we can find out the general term for the sum, okay, for this particular AP. So for again, A will be 1, D will be equal to 1. This is the formula that we have to use, and substituting only A and D. So now Sn is equal to n by 2, 2 into 1 plus n minus 1 into again 1. So therefore Sn is equal to n by 2, n by 2, 2 plus n minus 1. 2n minus 1 will have only 1. So you have n by 2 in bracket n plus 1. Right? So therefore, this is the general term for the sum of nth term, sum of first nth term for an AP of positive integers. So Sn is equal to n into n plus 1 by 2. This is the general form for this particular AP, right? Okay. Next question. It says how many terms of this AP 9, 17, 25 must be taken to give a sum of 636. Right. So now in this particular thing, sum is given. That means Sn is given. You have to find out N. A and D can be found out from here. So A is 9. D, if you see, 17 minus 9 is again 8. Right? 25, 17, again 8. So D is equal to plus 8. N we don't know, but what do we know? We know Sn, that the sum of first these n terms, 636. We know Sn. So let us again use the formula n by 2 in bracket 2a plus n minus 1 into d. Put it in a box, substitute the values. So instead of Sn, what I will write 636 is equal to n upon 2, 2 into 9 plus, I don't know, n minus 1 into 8, bracket closed. Now let us solve this. If you look here, we get a quadratic equation, right? So we get 4n square plus 5n minus 636 equal to 0. So this is the quadratic equation. Now we need to solve the quadratic equation and we'll get two values of n. So now let us try to solve the equation. So solving this quadratic equation, and I know till now you must be pretty understood well about how to solve such types of quadratic equation by the method of factorization. So the two factors that we get is 53 and 48. So over here we got these two as factors. So therefore n is equal to either minus 53 upon 4 or n is equal to 12. Obviously, n, what is n? N is the number of term and n cannot be a negative number, neither a fraction. It always has to be a natural number, positive natural number, right? So therefore, we take this value, n is equal to 12. Hence, you write down the statement that there are 12 terms of, or the first 12 terms of this given AP should be taken to give a sum of 636, right? Okay, moving on. Next question we have, that is the sum of first term of an AP is 5 and last term is 45 and the sum is 400. Find the number of terms and the common difference. Okay, now what is C? In such type of questions, D is not given, but the first term and the last term is given. So A is equal to 5. Let L be denoted by the last term. Last term is given as 45 and N is not known. We don't know N. We don't know D, right? But what we know is sum of these n terms, that is Sn is equal to 400. We need to find these things, right? So when L is given, how do we find out, right? How do we find out N? We have one more formula, right? We have one more formula for finding out the sum, wherein this L is taken as An or Tn. So the formula that we have is Sn is equal to n by 2 in bracket, it's 2a plus n minus 1 into d. Now separating this 2a, what is this 2a? 2a is a plus a, right? So this will be equal to n by 2 a plus a plus n minus 1 into d. Now can I substitute this particular, what is this formula for? This formula is of an or tn, right? So we can take this as L. Okay, so the more simpler formula when the last term is given, you have is Sn is equal to n by 2 is equal to a plus an. Now this an is your last term al. So Sn is equal to n by 2 a plus l. Very, very important formula when last term is given. By using directly this formula, you can find out n, because we have Sn is given to us, we have a, we have l, first term and last term is given. So now just substitute the values. So Sn is your 400 upon n by 2 in bracket 5 plus 45 5 plus 45 is going to be 50. 50 divided by 2 is 25. So 400 is equal to 25 and n is equal to 16. So now we put in the values. So an is your 45, which is equal to 5 plus 16 minus 1. So that would be 15b. Okay, so this would be 40 is equal to 15b, and hence d is equal to 40 divided by 15. So therefore D is equal to 8 upon 3. So just make the changes in your answer, right? So, okay. Proceeding, your next question that we have is this. It says the first and the last term again of an AP is 17 and 350 respectively. So let's write A is equal to 17, L last term is equal to 350. If the common difference is 9, okay, D is also given to us. How many terms are there and what is their sum? So here we need to find out N and Sn as well. So in order to find out N, what we do, Sn we don't know. So in order to find out N, we need to use the formula of An, because why? We have this L, we can consider this L as An, the nth term. So we know what is An. An is equal to A plus n minus 1 into d, give it a box, put in the values. 350 is equal to 17 plus n minus 1 into 9. So let us calculate n. We get n is equal to 37. Now n is 37, so now this is pretty easy. Now what do we need? We need sum. So again write down the formula for sum. Sum is equal to, do not forget this, n by 2 in bracket 2a plus n minus 1 into d. Now, to make the calculation simpler, we know we have first term, we have last term, we have calculated n, so simply use the formula. Sn is equal to n by 2 in bracket a plus l. So whenever last term is given, always use this formula. Calculations become more easy then. So Sn, put in the formulas. N is 37 upon 2 in bracket 17 plus 350. Let us calculate this. So hence the sum of first 38 terms that we get is 6973. N was 38, and because dividing 342 by 9 we get 38, and then putting it in the formula for sum of first n terms we get 6973 as the answer. Proceeding, next question that we have is find the sum of first 22 terms of an AP in which D is 7 and 22nd term is 49. So what do we need? We need sum of first 22 terms. So now let N be 22. D we have, what do we have? D we have as 7. And 22nd term, that means A22, or we can say T22, is given as 149. Okay, so as 22nd term is given to us, N is there, D is there, we can find out A, and then we can find out Sn, because to find out Sn we need A. So using this formula of T22 or A22, we have A plus n minus 1 into D. So this would be taken by 149, which is equal to A plus 22 minus 1 into 7. So 149 is equal to A plus 21 into 7. Right. So A plus 29, this 21 sevens are, what is 21 sevens are? It's 147. A is equal to 149 minus 147. So A is equal to 2. We get A is equal to 2, so that means first term is A. So now just simply put in the formula for Sn. Sn is equal to n by 2 in bracket first 22 terms. That means 149 would be the last term, right? So A plus L, simply give it a box. Sn is equal to 22 by 2 in bracket 2 plus 149 Solving this, we get, so the sum of first 22 terms is equal to 1661. Look at this. Once you know what all is given and what is to be found out, putting it in the formulas, this is simply now your calculation based. Okay, only mistake that you're going to do is in your calculations. So be thorough with it and recheck your answer again and again, because if one term, even if your n changes or n is calculated wrongly, a is calculated in an incorrect way, your entire further answers will also be wrong, right? Moving on. Okay, now we have find the sum of 51 terms whose second and third term is given to us. So that means second term is your A2, that is given to you. A2 is 14 and third term A3 is 18. We know D is difference between two consecutive terms. So can I say that D is A3 minus A2? So D would be equal to 18 minus 14. D is equal to 4. And now getting out D, we can simply find out A, because what is A2? A2 is equal to A plus D. A plus D, we know it's 14. So therefore, A is equal to 14 minus D, which is equal to 14 minus 4. And hence, A is equal to 10. Now we got A equal to 10, D is equal to 4. We need to find out the sum of first 51 terms. So now N is equal to 51. So put in Sn formula, Sn n by 2, 2a plus n minus 1 into D, right? So therefore, putting in the values, S51 equal to 51 upon 2 in bracket 2 into 10 plus 51 minus 1, 50 into 4. So solving this, we get, hence the sum of first 51 terms that we get is 5610. Okay. All right. Proceeding. Next question we have, if the sum of first 7 terms of an AP is 49 and that of 17 terms is 289, find the sum of their first n terms. See now, Sn of both the terms is given, that is S7 and S17 is given. So if I just simply put in the formula, so let's say S7 is equal to 7. Sum of first 7 terms is 17 and 17 terms. That means S17 is 289. We have to find out a general formula for Sn. How do we do that now? We know that the sum of nth term that we have Sn is equal to n by 2 in bracket 2a plus n minus 1 into D, right? So therefore S7, okay, S7 is equal to 7 upon 2. We'll get two equations. If we just put in these things in this particular formula, we'll get two equations in A and D. And by solving those equations, we can find out the sum of first n terms. So it will be n by 2, that is 7 by 2, 2a plus n minus 1, that is 7 minus 1, so 6d. What is S7? S7 is 17 equal to 7 upon 2. I'll take out 2 as common from here. A plus 3d. 2 and 2 gets cancelled. So now what do we have? We have A plus 3d. S7 is, okay, just 1 minute. S7 we have is 49. We have is, so this should be 49. And 49 and 7 7 sevens are 49. So the first equation that we get is A plus 3D is equal to 7. This is your equation number 1. Now, in the same way, we can proceed to find out equation number 2, that is for S17. Right, now we have got solving this, we have got another equation as A plus 8D is equal to 17. Now we can just subtract, simultaneously solving these two equations. So subtract 2 and 1. So I think you guys can do that because we've already done linear equations. So subtracting equation 1 from 2, we get D is equal to 2 and A is equal to 1. This solving equation you can do. Now, as we get D and A and D as 1 and 2 respectively, now we need to find out a general form for Sn. So we know Sn is equal to n by 2 in bracket 2a plus n minus 1 into D. Now put in the values of A and D here simply. So now Sn is equal to n by 2 in bracket 2 into 1 will be 2 plus n minus 1 into 2. So now just opening this bracket or taking 2 from in both these terms, we have 2 as common. So taking 2 as common, this 2 and this 2 will cancel. So what are we remaining with? We are remaining with only n. Let's take this as common outside 2, 1 plus n minus 1 plus 1 minus 1 cancel. 2 will cancel. N into n. So therefore, general form for Sn for this particular AP is going to be n square. N into n square. Okay, so this is the general form of this particular AP. Okay, last question for today that we have is last term is given to us and sum is given to us. So last term is 28. Sum is given as 144. So there are how many terms? N terms in all. So n is equal to 9. We need to find out a pretty simple one. Again, the last term formula Sn is equal to n by 2 in bracket A plus L. Put it in a box. Sn is given. So that's 144 equal to n is 9. 9 by 2 in bracket A plus 28. Okay, so solving this we get. So this is what we get. So the first term that we get is A is equal to 4, right? So two types of formulas that we dealt with today. Sn, that is the sum of first n terms. We have Sn is equal to n by 2, 2a plus n minus 1 into D. And the second formula, when the last term is given to you, that is this. Sn is equal to n by 2, a plus L. Right, that's it for today. We are going to do some more questions in tomorrow's episode dealing with the same concept, nth term and sum of n terms. Then in the episode following that, we will do some application parts. The real life situations would be given, and then how do we put in these formulas and how do we answer the questions, okay, that we'll deal with in episode number 5. So that's it for today. Stay tuned for tomorrow's episode. More questions on arithmetic progression. Thank you. And if you have liked the video, do share, subscribe my channel. See you soon. Bye-bye.